Ready to open the hood? UseTool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You will find the bulk tie rod ends used in the video exclusively on the Mr. Auto website and through the link in the description. Turn your engine off and pull up the handbrake. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. Lift the front of the vehicle. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. To change the tie rod end on your vehicle, you'll need to remove the wheels to gain full access to the steering system. Don't forget to slide the wheels under the vehicle. You can now see the outer tie rod end. As the components to be removed are very often seized up, don't hesitate to brush and to use penetrating oil to facilitate the operation. With a marker, trace a line between the axle joint and the tie rod end. It will help later during disassembly and reassembly process. Using a 21mm spanner, release the tie rod end lock nut on the inner tie rod side. Hold the tie rod axle joint with a 19mm spanner to prevent it from turning. The lock nut is there to prevent any rotation of the two parts towards each other, which could have an impact on the alignment of your vehicle. Brush the tie rod end retaining nut and spray with degreaser. Using a 17mm spanner and a 30mm Torx spanner, loosen the tie rod end's retaining nut. If you don't have a ball joint puller, take a hammer and hit the lock nut hard just at the end of the threading. The ball joint should move away from the pivot. Only tap on the tie rod end pivot if you're changing the tie rod end, otherwise you risk damaging the threading. Paying close attention to the point of reference, unscrew the tie rod end, counting the number of turns necessary to extract the tie rod end. This will allow you to find an approximate setting when reassembling. For greater accuracy, we advise you to measure the distance between the lock nut and the end of the tie rod ball joint using a caliper. In any case, an alignment check will have to be carried out by a professional after performing this operation. Remove the lock nut from the axle joint.
Okay, guys, if we can share this video with you and help you save a lot of money, it's also thanks to our partner, Mr. Auto. So, if you want to support us and buy the parts for this operation, visit their website. Okay, back to work.
You will find the bulk parts and products used in the video on the Mr. Auto site and in the link in the description. Take the new tie rod end and unscrew the lock nut supplied with it. Remove the plastic protection. Screw the lock nut back on until the distance measured with a caliper is reached. Using a wire brush, scrub the pivot, then apply silicone grease to the flat part that will be in contact with the tie rod bellows. Put the tie rod end back in place until it touches the lock nut. To align the tie rod end with its pivot without affecting the adjustment of the lock nut, rotate the axial ball joint using a spanner. Replace the ball joint in the pivot. Put the lock nut supplied with a new part in place and tighten it using a 17mm wrench, a socket wrench and a 5mm Allen socket. Finish off the tightening with a Torx wrench. Finalize the tightening of the lock nut using a 22mm spanner while holding the tie rod end using a 20mm spanner to avoid damaging the tie rod end. Now you can put the wheels back on your vehicle. During this operation, you will work on the steering system of your vehicle. Checks on tyre alignment, when carried out by a professional, will guarantee that your steering system has been perfectly aligned and is in good working order. Put your vehicle back on the ground and fix the wheels in place properly. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We will be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.